William McKinley, Jr. was born on January 29, 1843, in Niles, Ohio. He was the seventh of 9 children. In 1852, the family moved to Poland, Ohio. The McKinleys were devout Methodists and abolitionists. Due to personal illness, McKinley was unable to complete college, though he attended Allegheny College in Meadville, Pennsylvania for a year, and he attended Mount Union College in Alliance, Ohio. As his family's finances worsened, he found work as a postal clerk and a teacher. When the Civil War broke out, McKinley enlisted in the newly formed Poland Guards, which were consolidated into the 23rd Ohio Infantry. During his service, he became impressed with the manner in which his superior and fellow Ohioan, Major Rutherford B. Hayes, handled the conflict between the soldiers and the government's lack of providing adequate supplies. A lifelong friendship developed between the two men. McKinley's regiment took part in one of the bloodiest battles of the Civil War, where the Union was victorious and Lee was pushed south out of Maryland and back into Virginia. After the war, McKinley decided to practice law. He was admitted to the bar in Warren, Ohio in March 1867. He moved to Canton, and as his career progressed, he married Ida Saxton. They had 2 daughters together. Unfortunately, Catherine died as a toddler, and Ida died within a year of her birth. His wife, Ida, fell into a depression which destroyed her health, and she became an invalid. McKinley devotedly cared for her the rest of his life. As an attorney, McKinley successfully defended a group of striking coal miners who were in prison for rioting when they had tried to prohibit strikebreakers from entering the mines. McKinley's political career gained momentum, and he served as U.S. Representative for Ohio and then Governor of Ohio. In the 1896 presidential campaign, William McKinley was the Republican nominee. His opponent was the Democratic William Jennings Bryan, famed for his youthful energy and elegance. To compete against Bryan's whistle-stop campaigning, McKinley decided to run a front porch campaign. He was available to his people every day except Sunday at his house in Canton. This campaign method became a legend in American history, and it worked. McKinley became the 25th President of the United States on March 4, 1897. During his first term as president, the Spanish-American War took place, despite McKinley's continual efforts to find a peaceful resolution. As part of the peace treaty in 1898, the United States acquired the territories of Puerto Rico, the Philippines, and Guam, while Spain relinquished control of Cuba. Hawaii was annexed to the United States on July 8, 1898. McKinley easily won his bid for re-election in 1900, with Theodore Roosevelt as his running mate. The Pan-American Exposition, a World's Fair, took place in Buffalo, New York in 1901. McKinley had always enjoyed meeting the public. His personal secretary was concerned for his safety, given the recent assassinations in Europe by anarchists. McKinley insisted on attending despite the warnings and fears of his secretary. His secretary arranged for extra security. Leon Czolgosz was at the fair waiting for his chance to assassinate McKinley. He was unable to get close enough the first day, but on the next day, McKinley was supposed to greet the public at the Temple Music. Czolgosz hid his gun in a handkerchief, and as he shook hands with the president, he fired 2 bullets into McKinley's abdomen. Once McKinley realized what had happened, he begged his aides to be gentle while breaking the news to his wife. He also asked that the shooter be protected from the angry mobs which were assaulting him. At first, McKinley seemed to be recovering, But on September 13th his health began to deteriorate. He said to the doctors, "It is useless, gentlemen. I think we ought to have a prayer." As his wife sobbed over him, he tried to console her, and he softly sang his favorite hymn, "Nearer, my God, to Thee." At 2:15 in the morning on September 14th, 1901, William McKinley died.